Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be presenting today at the Energy Transition Metals Forum. Thanks very much for the opportunity. I'm going to talk to you today about Tinka's outstanding zinc polymetallic project in Peru. The project's called Ayawilca. We've been working on advancing Ayawilca for a number of years now, and we're really excited about our advancements and our developments in the last little while. So here we go. We just recently announced a preliminary economic assessment, an updated PEA, and it shows an outstanding project. It's based on 6.5 billion pounds of zinc and resources, 35 million ounces, and 230 million pounds of tin in resources. So this updated PEA, we actually put tin in for the first time, which is an exciting development. Strong economics, $434 million post-tax, over 25% IRR with a quick payback period, and a diversified commodity mix. We've got mostly zinc for sure, 80% the revenue is zinc, around 11% tin, and 8 to 9% mostly silver with a bit of lead. There's a huge amount of exploration potential still, and this is working, right? Yeah. There's a huge amount of exploration potential still. On an adjacent property, we have a copper skarn porphyry target, which I'll show you a little bit about, which we're working hard to get drill permitted. We have two important strategic investors, Buenaventura and Nexa. They jumped on board in the last 2-3 years, so it's exciting to have them on board. And both of those guys have existing mine operations within 40 kilometres of our project. And next steps are to continue to advance Ayawilca towards development and continuing with our exploration programs. Share capital, 391 million shares issued and outstanding. Around 70 to 75% of that is very tightly held amongst our institutions and our strategic investors, with really quite a tight float. No debt, $6 million in cash at the end of December, and a very supportive and solid shareholder base. Excellent management, strong Peruvian experience and success. I've been working down in Peru for a number of years, along with my key Peruvian guys, geologists and mining engineers. So and it's great that there's one director here in the audience today too. So it's good to see some support here from the directors. Right, let's look at where we're located. 200 kilometres north of Lima. There's very good infrastructure in this part of Peru. Peru, I'm sure you know, is a major producer of a number of different metals, particularly copper and zinc, silver and tin. And in this part of Peru, in central Peru, it's mostly polymetallic, zinc, lead, silver deposits. Antamina's at the top part of the belt, which is, of course, is predominantly a copper project. There's very good infrastructure. A number of roads come down through the coast. Just outside of Lima, there's a zinc smelter here, owned by one of our strategic investors, Nexa. We use this road here. You can get back down to Lima in about 6 hours from the project. Power line goes right over the top of the property. There's a substation being built 5 kilometres away, which we already have pre-approval to use. And there's water availability as well. So good infrastructure, and this is the site location. We're at 4,200 metres, so sure we're at high elevations, but there's sufficient space here, and you notice how flat it is up here. There's sufficient space up here to build a mine. All the components of our mine would be located within these flat areas, including filtered dry stack tailings and all the components for a mine development. In white dotted lines, that shows our main resources: the south area, the west area, and the central and east area. In this part, the mineralisation still remains open to the south and in part open to the north. The old Coquipulcro area, that's what got us here in the first place. is a bunch of silver veins outcropping here at the surface. And Ayawilca itself, 2 kilometres south of Kokipukro, was a blind discovery made 7 or 8 years ago by Tinka. So our commodity mix, zinc, tin and silver, which we're focusing on, we call zinc the guardian of green infrastructure. Tin is essential in solders. Without tin you can't make solders, and it's the highest and most valuable of all base metals. And I'm sure we all know that silver has a very versatile metal. It's extremely conductive and gets used in a whole bunch of different ways. So they're all essential, critical, strategic metals, and are going to continue to be going forward. Zinc, which is our main commodity, it's a little unloved at times. Would be fair to say. At some point in the future, though, there is going to be a significant supply gap. This is a figure produced by South 32. Teck have similar diagrams, and why is there going to be a supply gap? Well, it's because a number of mines are running out of ore, and there's been very few new zinc developments in the last few years. So just when this happens, it remains to be debated. South 32 say the supply gap's going to start 28, 29. And that's be perfect time for us, because that's when we believe Ayawilca could be in development or getting very close to development. So, just watch the space. Eventually, zinc will eventually have a big run, as well as all the other commodities. So, just on that point, these are 10-year price charts for zinc, tin, and silver. Zinc has gone up and down. It's gone up around 20% this year. It's trading at about $1.33, $1.35, which is above the spot price that we use for our PEA. Tin has gone up, 30% this year. It's trading around $15 a pound. We use $11 a pound in our PEA. And silver's 15-year highs, trading at around $27, $28 an ounce, and we use $22 an ounce for our PEA. So hopefully the metals prices are going to continue to move in the upward direction. Just a few diagrams of our project. It's really a substantial geochem anomaly, if you like, around Ayawilca. All of the drilling's been done inside this blue box here on this map. A lot of geochem and targets along strike that we haven't drill tested. So a lot of prospectivity along strike at Ayawilca. The main host is the limestone, which is this blue rock here, which dips down underneath these younger rocks here. These are the sandstones which lie above the limestones. So we're drilling down underneath these sandstones and hitting these limestone rocks underneath. So we keep kind of zooming in a bit. This is the project geology. Note the scale here, and our current resources are highlighted in these hatches. Here's the south zone that I showed on the original picture. Here's the west zone, and the tin zone mostly extends out on this eastern side, that Kokipukro area to the north, and its mineralisation is open, particularly to the north and to the south, and also at depth, and particularly for the tin zone. There's really been no drilling at all along this trend for the tin, which we believe is wide open at depth. So this is the resources showing all the holes that we've drilled, 240 odd drill holes, nearly 100,000 metres of drilling, and the colours highlight again the different zinc zones. So the south, the west, the central, and the east, and the tin is kind of overlapping, but they are separate deposits. They lie apart from each other. They actually intermingle slightly here in the south zone, but basically they actually lie separate. We also identified in the last couple of years a vein structure which cuts across the zinc zone. We call the silver zone, and that deposit is also wide open as well. So here's a north-south cross-section from the Kokipukro area to the north. Definitely open to the south, where there's been no drilling, and also at depth underneath the south zone and west zone. Communities, we have excellent support from our local communities. We've been working with these communities for the last 10 years. We have agreements in place with 2 communities right now. We've been fostering long-term sustainable relationships, and we will continue to do so. We employ quite a lot of people during our drill programs, and these people are very supportive of mining. I'd say 95, 99% of our local communities are supportive of a mine. It's all about jobs and opportunities to grow and to learn and to be educated and have a rich life. So, they can see that having a mine up in this part of the world is going to support that endeavour. So we do as much as we can with our local communities to enrich both their lives and ours. And in terms of what are the next steps, just focusing on the next year and a half, we're looking to do another infill drill program, do some more exploration holes at Ayawilca. We're going to be aiming to do a pre-feasibility study sometime in the next 12-18 months, focusing on acquiring surface rights and just diminishing the time here for the permitting so we can get our project closer to production phase. So just to wrap up very quickly, I'm going to talk about our copper gold target on the adjacent block. So this is a regional map highlighting our exploration concessions. Here's Ayawilca over here. About 30 kilometres to the west, we have an area that we call Sylvia Northwest. These were concessions that we bought from BHP 3 years ago. We've highlighted Sylvia Northwest as an area of significant prospectivity for copper and gold. We've mapped it, we sampled it, skarns outcropping at surface, Area A, Area B and Area C covering 4 kilometre strike, skarns and gossans and also marbles covering big areas. And just the Area A that we referred to there, here's a window in Area A highlighting, a window in this valley highlighting skarns, 100 metres across by 300 to 400 metres strike, never before drilled, some really interesting grades. We're getting this drill permitted and hopefully we'll have a drill permit by early next year. Thank you very much. I'm around for questions. Drop me a call, send me an email, and look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much, Jessica, and cheers for now.
Great. Thank you so much, Graham. Do we have any questions from the floor? We've got time for maybe one quick one. No? Okay, we'll let you go then. Thank you so much.
Oh, no.
I'm going to
Mary.
ask him a difficult question.
Go ahead, Mary.
No, so in the new resource, you're including tin, and with that, there's also indium, correct?
Yes, there is. But the indium mostly goes with the zinc, actually. We do have indium with the tin, but it mostly follows the zinc. So our zinc concentrate is going to grade like 600 ppm indium. The tin concentrate also grades indium, but the majority of the indium actually goes with the zinc. Yeah, that's a good point, Mary. We should be highlighting our strategic minor metals. But indium is valued at, I don't know, it's pretty valuable at the moment. So hopefully one day the smelters will actually pay for it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.